The future, fundamentally, nobody really knows. It's very interesting in the nascent world of 5G, where we sort of understand in a fluffy, ideal way its capability. And people are getting very excited about Internet of Things and machine learning and all the capability it has. And you can understand the return on investment if you're doing stuff with building management or process management within factories. But how it'll affect the rest of us, no one's quite sure. And if you live out in the middle of fields, you're probably not going to see it ever or for a long time, but it will change your life in some way. And the truth is, with that, it makes the space room with telcos more difficult because their technology has moved from analog to digital, which means they own lots of spaces around the country, which are now half empty. But then people are talking about huge volumes of data, which we know increase exponentially year on year, month on month. And they're now talking about, so we don't clog up our networks, that you're going to get local computing. So then everyone's shouting about edge data centers, which if 5G really hasn't taken off, edge hasn't really taken off yet, but they're talking about the possible architecture going forward. And all these spaces are made, they sit on a network and they're actually made to measure to be edge data centers, which has to be a new offer that the telcos can make to the market. And the truth is, no one at this stage truly knows what the network will look like. We have ideas, and technology is moving very, very quickly. And will we all have fibre in the ground, or will we consume everything over a network in the future? I don't know. And I'm not sure if anyone truly does. And it'll probably be a mixture of the two. And so it goes on. And how you consume in your house is going to change. The devices you have on it is going to change. The office is going to change. So what's it going to look like? No idea. Because somebody has to work out how to monetize these offers. And funny enough, today I was reading that in Germany they've actually started selling 5G licenses to private companies, which is going to squeeze the telcos even more who spent these fortunes, because now a company can go to BMW, let's say, and make a 5G offer to cover their factory, and then attach all sorts of devices to it to do all sorts of wonderful production things, which just takes revenue away from a telco, which makes their life even more challenging. Where does cooling coming into? The emerging market in cooling is cooling on the chip, but there again, something has to provide chilled water to that chip, or chilled glycol to that chip. I still think that we will be cooling spaces, because I think that the edge data center becomes more complex, because it will be offering application services as well as network transmission services. So I think it gets more complex, but there's still going to be a white space that's going to be generating heat. I suppose utopia is having a chip and crunch numbers that doesn't generate heat as a byproduct, which I'm sure will come. I'm reading today about devices that use micro voltages, because the problem with all unattached endpoints is they have to have a battery. And of course batteries run flat, and which means you have these wonderful offers and services in buildings and other places, but they have one weakness. They've all got a little battery in. Some persons have to go around and change those batteries. So yeah, it's exciting, whatever's going to happen, and it's going to change.